Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins. Work on the Justice League movie is trucking right along, and DC has revealed what we can expect from the character of Mera, the Queen of Atlantis and Aquaman's wife. The studio released the concept process for the character, whose armor reflects the more Khal Drogo approach to the DC extended universe that they're taking with the Heroes of the Sea. This new look takes inspiration from the broad elements of the original comic character with a scaly green bodysuit and crown, but the DCEU has gone with a more of a body armor approach. The character is played by Amber Heard, who you may know from such films as Machete Kills, Drive Angry, Never Back Down, and, of course, as the hot girl from Apartment 406 who tried to eat Jesse Eisenberg's face in Zombieland. Mera will make her first appearance in 2017's Justice League, which is just over a year away at this point, but is expected to play a more expansive role the next year in the Aquaman standalone flick. Just in time for the spookiest holiday of the year, at least if you're in the US, Overwatch has launched their Halloween Terror seasonal event, which includes some of the most insanely fun character skins you'll see all day, plus themed profile icons, custom victory poses, sprays, emotes, highlight intros, loot boxes. It kind of makes me want to go play Halloween Town in Kingdom Hearts 2, honestly. Some of the Overwatch character skin awards have to go to Witch Mercy, Headless Horseman Reaper, and Dr. Junkenstein, but they're all pretty fun. And the event is also adding a new mode to the game. Blizzard describes team up with 3 other players and face off against a host of eerie enemies. Heroes will need to work together and develop strategies to withstand wave after wave of zombic attacks. It is a limited time event though. It began on Tuesday and will continue through November 1st, so get it while it's hot and spooky. We were all a little bit bummed when the Back to the Future Nike Mag shoes weren't readily available by October 21st, 2015, because it means we must have messed up the timeline somehow, but then we all got our hopes up because Nike announced they were gonna make them for real. That didn't last long though, because Nike made it clear from the get-go that they'd be a limited edition. How limited? Like, only available via auction limited. Only 89 pairs of the shoes have been made, and we now have an idea of exactly what that means, because a pair was just sold in a Hong Kong auction house for $104,000 for a pair of shoes. It's tough to be really upset because the proceeds do go to the Michael J. Fox Foundation, an organization that supports research for Parkinson's disease, but I mean, it does mean that for now the rest of us will have to keep tying our own shoes like chomps, or maybe get really serious about Velcro technology or something. Good news for PC gamers who like controllers! Steam's Dev Days is underway, and as part of the festivities, Valve's Jeff Bellinghausen has announced that the company is working on an update that will expand support for PlayStation's DualShock 4 controller via Steam controller configuration options. Essentially, what it means is that players will be able to customize the functions of things like the PS4 touchpad or the gyro features. Similar customization options may come later for other controllers as well, but PS4 is first out of the gate because it has the most overlap with the functionality of the Steam controller, already with a touchpad and all that sort of stuff. It's not out yet, but you should expect it in an upcoming update. During Dev Days, Valve also showed off new prototypes of their Steam VR controllers that are intended to build on the HTC Vive's current controllers that are on the market and leapfrog the Oculus Touch's ergonomics since, well, the Vive controllers definitely work, but they're admittedly kind of big. It's still early in development, but this new prototype has a band that hooks around the back of the hand and connects to the grip, so it stays with you even if you're not squeezing it, which opens the door for, say, throwing stuff around in the virtual world without accidentally leaving holes in your real walls. The prototypes are covered with as many as 21 sensors for tracking and also feature trigger and trackpads with 3 face buttons. Some photos also show the new controllers with LED lights across the front, but no details yet on what those might be for. We probably won't hear too much more about the new controller for a while since it's still very clearly in prototyping phase, and we all saw how much the Steam controller design changed over time, but we'll keep you posted. Mass Effect Andromeda may have had its release date outed a few weeks early. Well, maybe a few weeks. That's assuming that they were planning on announcing it for N7 Day on November 7th. Dark Horse is publishing a book of the art of Mass Effect Andromeda, and a listing on Amazon has the date shown as March 21st, 2017, a Tuesday. On its own, that's admittedly not much, but in the product description, it also says, Dark Horse will release the art of Mass Effect Andromeda simultaneously with the game. Oops. Since on a conference earlier this year with EA CFO Blake Jorgensen, we knew it would be releasing Q1 next year rather than Q4 this year, and now it looks like we just know what day that will be. Not that it's probably gonna spoil N7 Day too much, since by that point, BioWare will probably be ready to show more of the game than the brief, kind of vague gameplay teaser they showed us at E3. But hey, fingers crossed, we want to see as much as we can. Marvel is bringing all kinds of heroes back to the forefront. They've just released a Luke Cage to Netflix, with Iron Fist coming in March, and Sigourney Weaver, who's basically a hero in her own right, announced as the villain for the next year's Defenders series, so rumblings that Marvel might also be planning to dust off Blade haven't seemed all that far-fetched, especially since last week Underworld star Kate Beckinsale claimed that Sony and Screen Gems wanted to borrow the Blade character for a crossover project, but were rejected by Marvel because they were currently using the character. Unfortunately, Kevin Feige himself has put the kibosh on any immediate hopes for a return of our favorite vampire killer who isn't named Buffy. He told the playlist, they did ask a long time ago about an Underworld crossover, and I think our answer was, no, we'll do something with Blade at some point. That's still the answer. We still think he's a great character, he's a really fun character. We think this movie going into a different side of the universe would have the potential to have him pop up, but between the movies, the Netflix shows, the ABC shows, there are so many opportunities for the character to pop up, as you're now seeing with Ghost Rider on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that rather than team up with another studio on that character, let's do something on our own. What that is, where that will be, we'll see. There's nothing imminent to my knowledge. Huh, long quote. Battlefield 1 isn't out until October 21st, but superfans of the game are playing it already thanks to EA Access, which is probably seeing a pretty big boost in signups right now. It's far from the only game, since EA routinely offers similarly early access to games for their subscribers, but it is one of the most anticipated of the year and is as close as we'll get to a demo with the betas all passed. And came a day early. The early access will allow gamers 10 hours in the game, as well as 5 of the 9 multiplayer maps that will be available in the full version, and 4 of the 6 modes. Well, that's to start at least. More should be made available in the days leading up to the game's official launch. At the moment, this access is available to players on PC and Xbox One. No dice for PS4, unfortunately. PS4 players will just have to be content with the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare beta, which kicks off on October 14th for that platform and goes through the weekend. Xbox One won't be able to join until the second beta weekend, which begins on October 21st and goes to the 24th. Unfortunately, no further details on exactly what the beta will or won't include, but we'll keep you posted on the No website with those details. And that about does it for this week's news roundup. What do you think of these stories? Let us know down in the comments, and for all the most interesting news on the planet, or at least the internet, like this video and subscribe to this channel, and we'll bring it right to you.
So have you seen all the Overwatch, like all the memes that came out of the Overwatch?
I haven't seen the memes. I've just been really busy being a big fan of, like, Mercy's looks like, it's a witch, but it looks like Cowgirl Witch, and I'm a really big fan of Cowgirl Witch Mercy.
What they did was, Mercy's one of the hero characters, but because she's a witch and she fits more in line with what the villains look like, in costumes, she plays on the villain teams.
Oh, that's great!
Intros, so she's very, like, villainous in this.
She'll be a delightful villain.
But the funniest thing is...
Sweetest villain you could want.